Instagram is orchidsheart, and today I thought I'd record a slightly different video for you. I'm going to have a go at doing a weekly vlog. I'm not sure this is something I'm going to do very often, but it's my birthday week this week. Yay! It's like the second week of January, so I thought I would give it a go and we'll see if it's ever materialises as a thing or not. If it does and you're watching this, then let me know if you like it or not. I've got some nice things planned this week because it is my birthday week, and yeah, so it's the afternoon on a Sunday, the last Sunday of kind of the Christmas holidays and / New Year, and I had a couple of hours to myself this morning. I asked my partner if he could stay home with the baby so that I could go out and grab a coffee and do some knitting in one of my favourite cafes, which I did, and that was really lovely. And I still had a bit of time after I finished my coffee, and so I went for some cheeky dumplings as well. And when I got back, he was still happy hanging out with the baby, and so I thought I'm going to start a new sewing project. I just had the mad thought I could finish it by Thursday and wear it on my birthday, but that would mean rushing it, and I don't want to. So I'm going to cut out the pieces today and hopefully have it to hand to do some hand stitching later in the week. And yeah, maybe I will let you know what I'm making in a bit. So I went upstairs to get the baby to go for a walk, and as I walked through the door he fell asleep, so I decided I'm going to carry on. And so I have cut out and sewn together the one side of the garment. I don't know how are you going to see this. I'm making the Bilbo vest by thread and yarn. I've just tried it on and it does fit, but I think that the shoulders might be an inch too wide for my taste. However, because it's quilted and I'm bias binding all the edges, I'm going to make it up as is, try it on, and then I can always trim that inch off afterwards. So yeah, I'm going to keep going, keep cutting out. I've just got to cut out the wadding and the other fabric I'm using. I'm using just scraps and leftover fabrics and wadding, which I'm using so I bought a wool, washable wool, so it'd be super washable, queen size heirloom Hobbs quilt thing, batting, my words, ages ago, and I used most of it to make my quilt, which wasn't queen size, but I bought it because I knew I'd use leftovers, so I'm going to use some of that. So I've cut out my wadding and my other piece of fabric. I am going to baste the batting to the gingham fabric and then stay stitch the curved edges because I'm going to be handling this a lot, so it might stretch out of shape. And then I will sew the gingham layer together and tack it or pin it or baste it again to the lining, and that will be it for today. I'm going to try and do all that, but I might not, because I'm also going to try and make a roast dinner, so we'll see. I don't know how long the baby's going to be asleep for. We'll probably talk tomorrow. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 snowmen. and the rain's coming down even more. We're just going to walk to the bridge and then head home, I think. The bridge is just beyond that big tree. And I've got you propped up on something. So it's Monday today. We were going to go swimming this morning, but it snowed quite a lot again in the night, and it was really beautiful when I woke up at like 3 o'clock this morning to feed him. But now it's all slush and horrid, and I can't face it, to be honest. Bad way to start the year, I know, but we've got lots of activities this week. We're out quite a lot. We're going to a sensory session on Wednesday and a walk on Thursday. And some other bits and bobs, so I don't really feel like I need to take him out swimming today. Bad, we had a lazy day yesterday, and I just think, oh, at least he's going swimming today. But you know what? We'll go swimming in the bath later. It's still swimming for him. The bath is quite big for him, so we'll do that instead. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot I need to do in the house. I've got several baskets to the left of me, things I need to sort through, clothes he's grown out of, which I need to pack away. I have a lot of wool washing to do, and also, my mum was saying that she wanted some more wool socks, so I gave her a pair from my collection that she'd actually knit and given me before, actually, because hers are slightly on the bigger size and she's got bigger ankles than me. Mine are all quite like tight for her. But she said they smell a bit fusty and they were at the back of the drawer, so I've pulled the drawer out. This is my kind of messy sock drawer. And I think because it's in that end of the house, which is like an exterior wall on 2 sides, it gets quite cold in there. And so I'm going to put all of the socks in the wool wash, because I already have to wash all of our woolly thermals anyway. I mean, the downside of having a breastfed baby is that he spits milk on pretty much everything on a daily basis, whereas I used to wash my wool thermals not very often. If I leave it a couple of days now, they start to smell not great. So I am washing things a bit more often, just, you know, because we don't want to attract the bugs. I could spot wash things, but honestly, it's not that targeted. Like, it goes everywhere. So, I mean, if you've had a baby, you know what it's like. So it's just, I don't have that much time to keep hand washing, spot washing things. So I wear things for a couple of days and then fling it in the wash. Luckily I wear so much wool that the wool washing does pile up. Like, I've got a collection of hand knits and wool thermals in here that all need to go in the wash. So I'm just going to add all of those socks to it and do a wool wash later. I was finishing working on the sleeve of the cardigan that I needed to reknit yesterday, and so I've reknit one sleeve, and so I'm going to put that in there as well, so that it can be sort of part blocked, so I can see the difference in the sleeves. And so I'm going to do that at some point today, as well as packing up these clothes. Anyway, I can hear him crying, well, not crying, but moaning, so I'm going to go grab him from his rocking seat thing, and I'm going to take him downstairs and make some breakfast. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm just trying to get in shot. Have you got something to say too? Are you joining in? He's looking at the fire. I've just lit the fire and a gorgeous scented Christmas candle. We've still got some life left in. Doesn't it smell good? And I'm going to sit down and do some hand sewing on my Bilbo vest. Had a very slow morning. I'm still waiting for the postman to come, so we haven't gone for a walk or anything. The weather has picked up a bit, but yeah, just had a bit of lunch, and now I'm going to have to sit down with a cup of tea by the fire with the baby, who's smiling. He's in his bouncy chair. So I'm going to give him back his very loud crinkly toy, which he had before I started filming, and get cosy.
Just a little sound bite for you so you can see how relaxing the situation actually is. Although he's stopped now. You gonna keep going?
Actually, I lie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this, whether he's going to start gibbering. I did get some posts that was textile related or making related, so it might be noisy. And I'm hoping, maybe it's not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. I ordered from a company called Abacan some Tencel Twill fabric, which is a fabric I bought from Merchant Mills a few times, and I absolutely love it. They don't really do it anymore, not in a lighter weight anyway. And Abacan were doing it in their sale in a couple of colours, £6 a metre. So I bought 3 metres of each. And I can see that one of the colours I like and the other one I don't think I'm going to. Which is a bit of a pain. So I bought this yellow ochre colour, which I do like. And I like Tencel Twill because I like the way it sort of has a really luxurious drape. Like, this would make a really nice dress. And then this is the colour I don't like. It was advertised as the colour brick, and I disagree that that is the colour brick. It's more like apricot. So, I don't know. I mean, I can dye it, but I keep doing this. I keep buying fabric I don't like the colour of, and it's always very shades of orange. They always tell me it's going to be rust or brick or something like that, and it comes this insipid apricot colour. It's insipid to me. I don't like it, but it looked lovely on someone. Yeah, so I might see if any of my sewing friends want it. However, it is Tencel Twill, so I don't know, because I love the feel of it, and it's 3 metres. Do I try and dye it khaki green? Oh, that would be lovely. Tencel Twill and khaki green. It's going to get dyed khaki green, I think. Yeah, there we go. So, 6 metres of fabric in the Tencel Twill. Not as nice as the Merchant Mills one, but that one was £15 a metre and this was 6, so to be expected. Anyway, yes, Toby, we're going to go out for a walk now, yeah? You can't respond back to me yet. Alright. See you soon. I might not speak again until tomorrow because I've got nothing else left exciting to do today. Make fried rice. Maybe do it while sewing on the sofa. That's it. Go for the walk. Yeah, that's it. Hello, good morning. It's Tuesday, the 3rd day of my vlog. I just thought I'd jump on and say good morning. So I look a bit tired, that's because I am, and I haven't got any makeup on. It usually takes me a while to get going in the mornings at the moment. Whether I've had really broken sleep or not, and I did last night, I'm just really slow to get going in the morning, and I'm sure, you know, if you've been woken up 5-6 times in the night, that's completely normal. My partner went back to work after having quite a long period of time off before Christmas this week, and so that means I'm waking up an extra time when he gets up for work, even though we're not actually sleeping in the same room at the moment because we're taking turns sleeping with the baby. I still wake up when he gets up. So I'm waking up like 6 times a night at the moment. And I'm not very good at going back to sleep, so it's not like I'm waking up and going back to sleep. I'm waking up and I'm awake for quite a while. Like when he gets up at 5:30 to get ready for work, I'm awake the entire time until he leaves at like 6:30. And then that's when I have to start trying to get back to sleep, and predictably at that point normally the baby wakes up. So I'm awake for quite a lot at that time. I probably ought to just get up and do something, to be honest. But I'm like lying there thinking, if I just stay really still, maybe I'll go back to sleep, and every single day I do the same thing. I think this is pointless. But there we go. You're not here to listen to me complain about bad sleep. It's Tuesday. My plans for the day are I'm waiting for the postman to come and collect a parcel. The veg box came this morning, so looking at what I have in the fridge, I'm going to have a go at making a chorizo and white bean stew with some kale and red peppers, because the kale in the box we were given looks amazing, and I've got some red peppers, or a red pepper left from last week, which I need to use. And I'll see if there's any other secret vegetables I can sneak in. My partner doesn't really like eating pulses, so this will be an experiment. I mean, I say that, but like most other Brits, he will eat baked beans. Any other form of bean, not a fan, and I don't really get it, because baked beans are like poor man's bean dish, you know? Like, you can eat that, but you can't eat something nice with beans in. But yeah, so I got distracted. A friend was asking me if I have a wool needle. Of course I do. But yeah, so I don't know what I was saying. Yeah, I'm going to make that. I'm going to get dressed first of all and put some makeup on. Then I'm going to take the baby downstairs and make the stew whilst we wait for the postman. And if he comes in time, I'm going to join some friends for a walk in the park and a cup of tea. Before I had the baby, I joined like a antenatal class for like local working mums. It was a paid for one, because my logic was that if I did that, then I'd be more likely to meet mums, working mums in the local community, because I believe the hospital does offer free ones. But I really wanted, but these paid for ones were like in my local high street, and I really wanted to get to know mums that live in my immediate vicinity, because I wanted that like close network. And so actually I really lucked out, and there were 8 of us, all having babies within, that was the other thing, the class put together everyone having babies in the same like 6 to 8 weeks. And so actually a lot of us had our babies in the same week. In fact, one of them had hers an hour before me, so we were in hospital at the same time, and I saw her on the recovery ward, which was really, really nice and really made the experience less scary. But anyway, I'm not going to go into that. There was actually, I think, 3 or 4 of us out of the 8 all had the babies in the same week, which was really interesting. We weren't all planned or like estimate to have the babies that week. But it was just really lovely and very comforting, and it's definitely made the whole process less scary. But anyway, so we meet up quite a lot because we're all on maternity leave at the moment, and so we're going to meet for a walk and a cup of tea at one of their houses. So I probably won't film any of that because that's invasive of their privacy. I also don't think they know that I do this. One of them does, but most of them don't. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then I think that's kind of it for the day, really. Modest goals. I'll probably do a bit of knitting as and when I can. Last night I did finish quilting the front panel, and again you're not going to see it very well on this side, but I'll show you on this side. And I did a little bit of the back, because I'm carrying some of the lines over where I can, but not on the shoulders. And I realised I'm definitely going to run out of Shishiko thread. Now, I have no idea what shade of dark blue this thread is, so I think I've ordered the same one again. I don't know. I really hope it's the same colour. We shall see. So yeah, I'm probably, what, a third of the way through the quilting. So I did that, and I did my mega wool wash. So I have socks drying on every single radiator in the house. I washed everything woolen that was in one of those wooden drawers that smelled a bit funky, and I've just got to deep clean those drawers before putting everything back away. And I think I might investigate some of the other drawers in that unit. It's this wooden desk behind me. Half the drawers have tools and sewing stuff and things like that in, and then the other half have like leggings and socks and stuff. So I need to have a look at the drawers holding the textiles and see if the back of them are all right as well, because it does look like the back of the other drawer maybe wasn't mouldy but was a bit fusty, and I suspect it's because that is an external wall and that whole corner is like an external corner. It's like the main corner of the house because it's a terraced house, but that corner is exposed, and so things do get not so great in there, which is a bit of a problem because, can I show you? I've got my craft cupboard there, which isn't great. Anyway, I can hear baby's woken up from his nap, so I'm going to go pick him up and I'm going to dress him and we're going to go downstairs and make that stew. And I'm going to try and make myself look a little bit more presentable. Look at that head of kale. So healthy. Can't wait to eat that. I'm very excited by my veg box, as you can see. So I'm going to unpack that and I'm going to keep out what I'm going to use for my stew, and I'm going to cook that up. So this is the pile of gorgeousness I'm going to use to make my stew, plus garlic and a few other bits. I did realise I don't have any beans in the house, so I'll have to get those in the shop later and just add them in when I reheat it tonight. Bit low on the onion front, that's all that's left. So yeah, I'm going to get cracking. I'm sorry, baby is whacking his bouncy chair against the wall. I need to move that because you're marking it up again. That cosy basket of hand knit socks and woolly thermals. I was really lucky actually, and I got a ton of baby woolly thermals by the company Siskin by Mama Al, second hand, like a massive lot of them, in slightly more than his current size when I bought them, but he's grown into them now, enough for the whole winter basically. And so we match. Some of these are mine and some are his. The ones with poppers are all his. But you can see some of mine there as well, and I love it. We both have hand knit socks and really lovely cozy merino base layers. Really good for the weather at the moment, definitely. Hello, it's Wednesday morning. I've got you propped up on my pregnancy pillow actually, which is what you can see in the corner there. Yeah, so this morning we have a light sensory session with lots of different funky lights for the baby. I literally just had a split second thinking, did I book 10 rather than 11 o'clock? It's 10 to 10 at the moment and there's no way I can get there in 10 minutes. I did book 11 o'clock, it's okay. So I'm dressed, I'm halfway through doing my makeup. So I'm going to finish that, I'm going to have some quick breakfast, dress the baby. It's really frosty outside, so he's definitely going to need all the layers, because then the sensory session is usually really warm. So I struggle with that too, because we have to walk over in the cold and then go into a building that's really hot. So yeah, we'll do that, and then we're coming back, and I think this afternoon I'm going to go see a neighbour actually, and have a cup of tea and some panettone, so that sounds really lovely. In between I've got some cleaning and tidying up bits to do, so yeah, it should be a nice day, and I will update you on my cardigan rework because it's dry from reworking the first sleeve, so you can see both sleeves and compare. And I had some not exciting but some post I'm going to share anyway, which might be a first on the knitting podcast.
or vlog, whatever this is. But yeah, you'll have to wait and see what that post is, because I'm really short on time. I've only got about 5-10 minutes leeway this morning, so I need to crack on.
Hello, I'm just back from being out for a bit. I've got baby down by my knees here. Ignore that, it's nothing to do with me. Partner bought it, really hope it's not moving into my house. I've just realised, sorry, the bouncer is on the tripod. Yeah, so only just made it to the session like 2 minutes before it was starting because I forgot my phone and I had to come back for it. I would have just left it at home, but you never know, something might happen, you might need it. So, hello, you happy now? And he fell asleep when we were walking home, so we walked past a cafe and I thought I'd just stop in whilst he was napping and do a bit of knitting. So yeah, we did that, which was really lovely. And we walked back. It was so frosty outside today. But yeah, so it was really lovely. Sorry, a message came up and I got distracted. But yeah, I thought I would share with you the cardigan post blocking. So I shared in my Languishing Whips video that I needed to pick this up again and keep working on it. And I had realised that I'm almost certainly sure that I didn't go up a needle size from the ribbing to knitting the jumper. And so I'd knit the ribbing and the colourwork on the smaller recommended needle, because when I did the colourwork on the sleeves, it was much bigger than the colourwork in the yoke and just looked really messy, and the sleeves looked really baggy and the gauge is much bigger and it just didn't look as neat. And I knit both sleeves and thought, they look quite big and messy. I wonder why. And then I realised, and it wasn't because I just didn't notice that the colourwork motif was bigger there than here, because that green one's the same as that grey one. Look at the difference in size. And then I realised and thought, oh god, I knit the whole thing on the smaller needle. And I like how this looks, and obviously I've knit all of that. I'm not going to rip all of that out. So I thought, do I leave the sleeves how they are? Is anyone going to notice but me? But I didn't like the way the sleeves had ballooned out like that, because they are quite short. I think if they'd been longer, I would have felt it balanced more. So I decided end of last year that I needed to reknit them. So I have ripped out one and reknit it. Let me see if I can show you both at the same time. So I think you can see the left one is not anywhere near as balloony as the right one. It is still balloony because it seems the sleeves are quite big, and I did decrease quite rapidly. So yeah. I also knit the sleeves slightly longer. I am playing major yarn chicken because I'm knitting this out of scraps and stash. However, and so I really didn't think I had enough of this brown to knit the body. And so I knew it was going to be kind of a cropped cardigan. And so I was doing 3/4 sleeves to kind of economise on yarn. However, I was looking at my advent that I got from Raw Wool Company, and there are two white cream skeins in there, and one of them isn't so far off this colour. Hello baby. And I do have more green and quite a lot of grey and some black. I do need the black to do the button bands and the ribbing along the bottom, but I thought I could do a similar section to this on the bottom of the cardigan. Like my Maya cardigan has colourwork around the yoke, around the bottom of the sleeves and around the bottom. And so I thought I'm going to do that. Be inspired by that. And so kind of try and do, well, pick a few of these charts. So I don't know which ones. Definitely the sheep because that involves the grey. Maybe a little bit of pop of green. I haven't got that much green left. So maybe like one of these small green motifs. Maybe I can do a green motif, maybe this one, the sheep, that one, and then the green motif again, and that would take up quite a chunk. And hopefully use a 50-gram skein from my Advent of this white cream colour, which is quite a bouncy, robust yarn, so I think would suit this quite well. Yeah, and then hopefully there'd be enough of the brown to do a similar bottom, so that it all kind of looks cohesive. I don't know, so I think that's what I'm thinking at the moment. So now that I've done one sleeve, I'm going to take some pictures for my main making podcast. Sorry, it's getting quite animated. And I think I'm going to pop it down, have a break, and because I'm going home to see my mum on Sunday, I'm wondering if I can finish her socks between now and Sunday. It's Wednesday today, so if I crack on, it's only 2 toes. Well, unpicking and salvaging and re-knitting 2 toes. So I think I can do it if I put my mind to it and baby plays ball. Are you going to allow me to knit 2 toes? I think you will in a couple of days. So yeah, that's going to be my plan, and then I can give them to her and strike that project off the list. Anyway, that's probably all I'm going to record for today because the light is going down. I just had my late lunch, which I think I shared with you. Yeah, I hope this vlog is interesting so far. I've only got, what, 2 or 3 more days? I don't know how much I will film at the weekend because I'll be out and about with family. So it might just be 2 days that I'm going to film, Thursday and Friday. We shall see. If this does end up being the end, then thank you, goodbye. Let me know what you think, but I think I am going to try and record a little bit more. So yeah, this has turned into quite a long segment, so talk to you soon. Good morning, it's Thursday in my week of vlogs, and it's actually my birthday today. The house is quiet because it's, you know, it's work day. My partner is at work, he gets up at like 5, so I saw him very briefly when he woke up. And he left the presents that my family members had all given him and the cards on the side for me to open when I woke up. So I had a really lovely moment this morning with some very glorious panettone that my neighbour gave me yesterday. That was actually, he bought himself one for Christmas and he had it, it was shipped over from Italy. Someone was importing them in Birmingham and he gave me a big chunk to bring back. And so I thought I'd save it this morning for my breakfast. So I had that in bed with a cup of coffee with the baby and opened the presents. Yeah, it's absolutely freezing cold. Today we're going for a glorious walk in a park on the other side of the city in the sun. It looks very sunny with a clear sky, so of course it's even colder. And I think I'm going to put both of the baby's woolly coats on. Yeah, because it's really, really cold. He's got thermals on, as have I, but I don't think it's enough. We wouldn't last long in a properly cold country, would we? I think it's like -2. So yeah, quite chilly for us. I've got a hat on in the house because I'm that cold. This is I've not told you any of the things I think that I've been wearing in this video. This is the Brume Hat by Bmandarines, and this is a cropped Ranunculus. This is knit in like a Brooklyn tweed yarn with a strand of mohair, and this is the Brume Aran weight. Is it? Yeah, funny. Brume Hat, Brume yarn, I think, by Daughter of a Shepherd, and it's got like these slightly puffed sleeves, but I think I'm going to have to wear a cardigan over the top. I've got like a woolly thermal long sleeve underneath, and I'm wearing like a thrifted pinafore dress, which is made from merchant muslin and it's quite long. You've probably seen it in the videos before because I wear it quite a lot, because it's one of my favourite linens. But yeah, so I think I'm going to put a cardigan on and then my coat, because my coat isn't very thick. I have a thicker coat, but it's really ratty and it doesn't look good with skirts. It only really looks good with trousers. And my favourite winter trousers have a hole in from doing some gardening the other day, so that's not great. I need to mend them ASAP because I'm getting really cold.
And I can only wear dresses at the moment, so that's not great. I have a couple of my presents, well, all of my presents, because we only did a few. And I thought I'd share them because they were really, really lovely, thoughtful gifts. Because we had our bathroom redone, my godmother, who's really like an aunt, gave me some really nice botanical foaming bath stuff. It's lavender, geranium, and Spanish marrojam. I don't know how you pronounce it actually. So I bet that's gorgeous. I'm really excited. I did actually want to buy the seaweed version for myself, but I decided it was too much of a decadent gift to buy for myself. So I'm really excited that I got one as a present. My chocolate stash. Oh dear. Has been replenished. Everyone knows I like dark chocolate. So I've got this one I really, really like. It's Divine 70% chocolate. This one's apparently from the baby because I really like pistachio. Although it is a milk chocolate. I much prefer a dark chocolate, but I'm sure this is really nice. I do really like pistachio flavoured things. And then this is a dark chocolate with ginger in. So that's really lovely and really exciting. I like to have a good, proper chocolate stash. I really eke it out actually. It takes me quite a long time to eat one dark chocolate bar. And then my partner gave me this. How many of you recognise this bear? I didn't realise this tea was actually American, so I think it's from like the Celestial Sleepy Tea, but I know it's from that. And I really like that tea. I've always liked that tea. My mum must have introduced it to me when I was like a teenager. And then when we were in America 2 years ago, I realised it was from Colorado. So you can buy it here sometimes, but it's quite hard to come by. So if you're in the UK and you know a reliable source, please let me know. I haven't had any for a while, so that would be quite a nice thing to get if I see. And then a really lovely decadent gift. My mum bought me some linen pyjamas from Piglet. And I do actually have these already, but in a bigger size because I bought them in the summer sale, which is when she bought these, when I was pregnant. Because I had this idea that I was going to be in my pyjamas all the time after I had the baby. And the reality was, right after I had the baby, things are a little bit gross. I didn't really realise how gross it was going to be. And I didn't want to wear my fancy linen pyjamas that were quite expensive, even in the sale. So I didn't wear them as much immediately as I thought I would. I also didn't really anticipate how much I was going to get covered in milk all the time. And so my pyjamas are always in the wash. So I do get to wear my glorious fancy pyjamas for 2 nights maybe, and then they have to go in the wash. So it's quite nice to have a second pair, and these will definitely fit me better because I also thought that I would be bigger for longer. Didn't realise that I was going to lose the weight as quickly as I did, which I'm very grateful for. I think that's what breastfeeding does. Or it's just my body type, I don't know. And so I got smaller much quicker, which meant that, I mean, to be honest, my linen pyjamas are really big on me. So yeah, quite nice to have some that fit a bit better. Yeah, I'm not going to stop wearing the other ones, so I'm not wasteful, don't worry. And if it ever does come to a point where I stop wearing them entirely, I'll put them on Vinted or something, because they're really good quality piece. If you haven't heard of Piglet in Bed and you like linen, don't look it up. It is an expensive addiction to start. Just don't do it to yourself, because I have a full-on expensive addiction to Piglet in Bed now. I've never bought anything full price. My mum actually lucked out, and when she bought her first duvet cover, the first one they sent was defective, and she didn't realise until after she washed it. It had quite a big fault on it, like really big. Like linen does have slubs and faults, but this was massive. And so she said to them, is this normal? And they're like, not to that extent. And so they said, as you've washed it, keep it. And so they replaced it and let her keep that one, and she didn't want 2 the same colour, so I got my first one free, and then I got my second lot in the sale, big time. And it's the most glorious bedding I've ever had, and so the PJs are a luxurious treat. But yeah, so I need to make myself a second breakfast because a bit of panettone is not going to fuel me through this walk. So I'm going to get the baby, make some eggs, and then we're going to head out to the train station on this very cold, frosty morning. And yeah, I will hopefully try and get another recording in later. I'm going out for my very fancy Japanese dinner tonight. They were added to the Michelin guide 2 days ago, so good timing for me. I booked it before they got too busy. And we booked it on a website where you get 50% off if you go on the first table of the evening at 5 o'clock. coincidentally, the website's called First Table. And I used to do that sort of thing a lot in Paris because I actually quite like eating earlier in the evening. And now it's non-negotiable, I have to, because I've got to be home really by 7:30 latest for bedtime feeding. So my friends are going to come back here and we're going to have a drink at home so that I can be on call for baby feeding. Anyway, I'm going to go make my breakfast and hopefully I'll share a bit of the walk with you. But I'm going with some other mums and their babies, so probably not, to be honest. So yeah, I'll try. I'm just about to leave, so I just thought I'd share all the woolly layers I'm putting on. I've got my Brume Hat on and my storm hood, and this is also knit from Brume 4-ply rather than Aran weight, the daughter of a shepherd yarn. This is my birds of a feather shawl, and really beautiful. These Persephone Mittens, they're like a set with these mohair lace weight liners, and so you wear them together and they are super, super cosy. I've already, and if you wear them properly, this little bit peeks out at the bottom, which is really pretty. So this is what I'm going to be wearing with my coat on the cold walk, and I've got the pram if I need to take any of these bits off and put them under the pram. But the thought of being out for hours and hours and hours and being freezing cold stresses me out. So I'd rather be over the top than, sorry. Anyway, I am late, so I've got to shoot. So I'll talk to you later. To do this or not. He seems to be entering a phase where he wants to be with me all the time. Yeah, so it's Friday. I keep forgetting it's Friday because at the moment my partner doesn't work Fridays, and so I keep thinking it's Saturday because he got up late this morning to be with us. So yeah, last night I went out for a gorgeous meal at a new Japanese place local to us. It's not Michelin star rated, but a couple of days ago it was Michelin recognised. So it wasn't when I booked it. I booked it on there's this website in England called First Table, where you can book early tables at certain restaurants, half price, because it's way out my budget. It was quite expensive, but not with the First Table thing, which I have to eat early if I'm going out anyway. Hello. I haven't been out for dinner in a very long time because he currently is quite demanding in the evenings. Oh, sorry, I'm just adjusting how I'm sat. So I'm going to be quite far down because I'm now sat cross-legged on the floor. Yeah, he's quite demanding in the evenings, which is fine. So I didn't think I'd be able to go, but I did really want to go, and you can only do the First Table thing on a unpopular day of the week evening.
and my birthday was on a Thursday, so that's fine. And so my friends and my partner talked me into it. My partner said, you're only going to be gone 2 hours, really. We will be fine. And little Munchkin slept the entire time. This is someone who only naps 30 minutes at a time. He slept the whole time we were out because he was in the car dropping us off. And then my partner just sat with him whilst he brought like the car seat into the house, hence why it's on the table there. Obviously the baby wasn't in the car seat on the table. But so he was hanging out, all cosy in his coat in the car seat in the house, which to be honest is quite cold at the moment, so it's probably a good thing. And then before we knew it was time to come pick me up. And you just slept the whole time, but you were awake when I got into the car, so that was perfect timing. Yeah, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I did film some footage, so I've either already shared it with you or I'll share it now. But yeah, so it's Friday, it's already the afternoon. To be honest, it's been a bit of a trying morning. We were going to go swimming, but it was -4 this morning, and it's too cold. I don't really feel like it's that fair to subject him to getting wet, even though we would be dry before we went back outside. I can't really face it. I probably wouldn't have been dry before we went back outside, because his hair dries much quicker than mine does, because obviously I've got a lot more, and I can't blow dry my hair when I'm on my own with him. So yeah, too much little baby boy. So even though my friends did go, they all drive, I don't. I feel like if you've got a car, it's probably not quite such a big deal, because you can just jump in the car and go home, whereas I have to go stand at the bus stop, wait for the bus, be on the bus, walk home. So yeah, we didn't do that. I feel like now at this point I'm making excuses for not going swimming, so I do really need to make an effort to go when it warms up a little bit. So hopefully soon. Yeah, so this morning has been trying because little Sir doesn't want to be left alone. He's only had one short nap, and he's just been quite vocal every time I try and do anything. So I did dismount to have some lunch. It's also incredibly cold in the house, downstairs, so we're going to go back upstairs in a minute, but just come down for 10 minutes to say hi to you guys and to quickly eat something. I had to plug a fan heater in the kitchen just to make it kind of bearable, because yesterday it was 9 degrees in there. It's just too cold. I mean, every winter I put up with it, but it's obviously a bit much for him. Yeah, a bit much for you. Do I have another toy here for you? This one might be a bit noisy. But yeah, so what have I been doing other than going out for dinner and wrangling with the baby? I finished one of my mum's socks. This one. I had to unravel, sorry, the other one's tangled up on it. I had to unravel like an inch, because she started her decreases way too soon, because our feet are the same size actually. Although I do feel that I've made this one a bit big. I mean, it'll be what it is. She says it's too big. I think it probably is actually. So maybe I didn't need to knit that extra inch. It was really hard to tell because she uses 2.25mm needles and I use 2mm needles. I'm going to try this on actually. I really hope it's not too big because I have knit the foot on the other one and I've just got to do the toe. Something smells. Oh, I'm sat next to a candle that's not lit. That's why. Oh, you're slipping off. I think they'll be okay. It is maybe a little bit long, but only right on the toe, so I think that's fine. So yeah, I've knit one, and then I have ripped back and re-knit the dodgy bit. Where her decreases she'd started were terrible, and so I've just got to decrease on the toe and finish the toe, and it's Friday and I'm seeing her Sunday, so to be honest, even if I have to do that in front of her on Sunday, that is possible. If she has the baby and I do the knitting, but I'm going to try and do it today, so that it's dealt with and I can pass them on and put stuff away. But this afternoon, I'm hoping to go pick up a doorway baby bouncer, which I saw locally on Marketplace on Facebook. and it's only £15, never been used. So, and it looks like it's only a half an hour walk. So I've messaged her and I'm hoping in about an hour I can leave and go and do that. So that will be our exercise for the day. And we need to go to the post office, which is annoyingly in the opposite direction. So we might go up a bit sooner than an hour, I don't know. And yeah, that's kind of my day, really. I'm hoping to have a bath later because we had the bathroom redone and we have a new bath. I was given lots of really lovely bath things for my birthday. And so, yeah, I've got quite a few bath treats. So I'm hoping to enjoy one of those. If little man will let me. Daddy will have to come home and help. So yeah, that's it from us for now. And yeah, I'm hoping to take a little bit of footage tomorrow because we're going out for the day in Warwick. We're picking up a vintage high chair from a kind person on Instagram, and yeah, excited to see that. So yeah, I am going to go play with little man upstairs with a cup of tea, and then we're going to set off on our frosty travels.